All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the performance part of the series. Do we have all our performers here? Let's see. Yeah, oh, good. Okay.
Oh, didn't know. I'm ready.
That's fine.
I'm ready for it.
Right, we have a real treat. We have Audrey DeMala, who's our arts, one of the arts leaders speakers that spoke tonight. And she's going to do a very special poetry performance piece that is really touching, deep, and you are really going to enjoy it. I'm sorry I didn't give the notice. I was like,
I'm good.
you're good? This is going to be really awesome. So without any further ado, I'm going to put Audrey DeMala on stage. Let's give her a big hand.
No matter where I go, I have fire. I'm kind of getting but you know. Thank you, Joan, for giving me the space to do this piece. It's really important to me. And this is only the third time that I'm doing it, and this was written in December. Came out of a very interesting place. And the only thing I can say is that certain things happen to you, you know, over a number of years. You notice patterns repeating over and over. And then you kind of trace them back. Try to find where they came from. So that's what this piece is about. It's called Reliquary, the Body. I was studying for midterm exams in my freshman year of college when I found out I was pregnant. I did the test and walked out of the room. My mother said she'd tell me what it said, but she said nothing. Sometimes I wonder if it was that moment it left. I just never realized it in all this time. I guess I never really understood the feeling, my body not belonging to me. I sat, and for hours all I could do was write on myself. Drew X's and long lines from rib cage to thigh to ankle, slammed my closed up fist into doors, into my gut, crying at the ceiling, feigning sleep. That pointless, angry, balled up fist. What was I to tell myself then? What would happen? I always was a reckless child, but not in the sense that I didn't value myself. The body was a vessel for adventure. There were other things to be afraid of later, like how to tell if I went blind in the middle of the night, what my parents would look like in coffins, how the rest of my life would be over in an instant, 20, 30, 40, 50 ripped off calendar pages and snapped up window shades. But in my body, I was fearless. I still have the scars to prove that crack against the pavement, that miscalculated leap, that rush of blood to the mouth, to the palms. It was all a necessary part of living. And so was love. The fear of the moment difficult to remember the child. So, the one who dreamed games out of nothing, endangered herself constantly. It's hard to remember to take care of her, to take care of you when you've spent so much of your existence displacing. I don't know how it burrowed itself down so deeply in me. I didn't want the life I watched my parents lead. How could I consciously? But it was the unconscious I didn't take into account. These cracked open doorways, all darkness and red sheets. The sounds I felt echoing in my innards. The chaos I always chose to replicate. I am 30 years old and the only homes I've ever found are buried in the beds and arms and chests of someone else. It wasn't familiar endings. The only people who died were ones I didn't really love, and my parents fought and fought and fought, but never split. My father left and came back, left and came back. That's what they taught me. You do what you can to survive. Love to the point of destruction while always begging me to find otherwise, because it was blood. But it was also warmth. I have been chasing that warmth for my entire life, always seeking it outwardly. I have been given everything I asked for. Years and teeth and tears, a ring to keep, safe places to go, and I refused them. Chaos down deep in the belly, the way I was born, the way it grew and died unwanted. Survival. That's what it taught me. And so, I never leave, really. I just sit inside my head, surrounded by cracked doorways, wondering which one I'll go through next. Sometimes it is a pure burst, like a firebird, wondrous and vital to some unsuspecting soul. Other times, it is raking my fingers through the coals, apologies, gratitude, self-flagellation, desperately trying to rekindle the flame with someone I once promised myself to. And it never ends. Every morning, I'm crawling out from covers. Every night, I'm slipping back under another place, a different room. Their hearts never beat the same against my frantic ear, but there is blood. And the thing about blood is that it means warmth. I find myself inside them. And as much as I have tried to renegotiate, reanalyze, retrain, my body isn't mine, it's theirs. I am always standing, arms outstretched, palms scrawled with the same scripture. Give yourself to me and I will give you everything. Everything except for all that's missing. All that still belongs to someone else. I have no desire to scour the landscape the way Isis pieced Osiris back together. There is no holiness in resurrection to me. There is no holiness in return. They can all keep what they possess of me. Each breath I heave, my ribs are scrawled with names. Swear to me that love doesn't end, it just transforms. Swear to me that the girl doesn't die, she just becomes something else. I give up my human body, this reliquary filled with ghosts. I give up this angry fist, these useless fingerprints. I give up my human body. I will become the fire instead.
I am so blown away. Queens has the best artist. Okay, let's see. We have up next. We have this May Mataran. May Mataran is a violinist, community troublemaker, community organizer, and cultural worker. She's a member of Gabriela New York, a Filipino organization advocating for the rights and welfare of women and children. A member of the band Mother Tongue, and organizes in the faith-based community. Her passion lies in combining both art and activism to educate, organize, and mobilize communities for change. Through her cultural work, May has performed at the People's General Assembly, Women's Environment and Development Organization, the Banyan USA's 5th Congress at Catholic University, and locally at the collectively directed community art space, Silent Barn. Her upcoming projects include presenting at the Animus Art Salon on February 12th, this passing, congratulations, commemorating 1 Million Rising and participating in the IWWD 2017 with the International Working Women's Day Coalition on March 11th. Wow, tomorrow. You can catch her at her website at www.gabrielanewyork.com. May is such a talented musician. I met her on the open mic circuit. Her music just transcends. And one of my dreams, like Jennifer was saying about playing, when I first heard her, I said, oh gosh, I want to read my poetry, like with May playing the violin. I wrote for her my inspiration notebook. But she is really amazing. And she's here today to have a performance with some people from her organization, and it's going to be an interactive performance. So May, come up.
Mother Tongue is a band. We used to be 7, but now we're 4. But unfortunately, my band actually couldn't come tonight because they're actually preparing for tomorrow, which is International Working Women's Day was on Wednesday. But we were having our celebration, our march in action tomorrow at Herald Square, and so they're preparing for that. And so, fortunately, Florine is gonna help me with my and this first song that we're doing, if folks want to take one of these zines that Mother Tongue put together, it kind of has like prompts about why we wrote the songs we wrote. And so I'm just gonna read this since Nat Augusto wrote this, and I wanted to, also raise up the other folks that actually are part of this collective. Just for a little while was written during a time when a lot of folks I knew, all activists, were going through something difficult. As activists, we often don't really talk about our personal tough stuff because we often know that these things could be worse, and that work comes first. So this comes from the knowledge that it's okay to ask your friends in the struggle to sit with you for a second, while at the same time saying, I'm looking at this for the long haul, and I'm not looking to give up anytime soon.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo. Yeah. Woo.
Will you sit with me? Will you sit with me? Just just for a little while. I know there's a world we're fighting for. 'Cause I am hurting. 'Cause I am hurting. Just for a little while. I know there's a world we're fighting for. I'm not running away. No, I'm not giving up hope. But I'm feeling tired. Just for a little while. I know there's a world we're fighting for. 'Cause hold my hand. 'Cause remind me. Just for a little while. I know there's a world we're fighting for. 'Cause hold my hand. 'Cause remind me. Just for a little while. I know there's a world we're fighting for. Just for a little while. I know there's a world we're fighting for.
This is called I Vow to End Violence Against Women by Cole Carruthers. Sister's breath echoes just at the edge of my eardrums as she takes one more step with her hand on the microphone, calling these country's streets another battlefront of violence and repression our people face and they rise from. Because 1 in 5 women here will have their rights taken away, and 1 in 2, many here, will wish those memories went away of being forced into something they called legally named assault. Then be told they don't deserve it. Legally, it was their fault. What is justice when rape kits in police precincts go unprocessed? What is justice when women's bodies are used to increase profits? What is justice when a woman has to leave the country to support her family? What is justice when the exploitation of women is part of the economy? I vow to end violence against women. Pinky swear you mean it. Because in the US, the way we treat women, we pick and choose the types of things we want to consume, the kinds of bodies we like, displayed for our views. Catcalling and force become normal, rape cultural on media selling, viral. These are backwards understandings of liberation we cannot solve. These issues went off in isolation. Proposing reforms are not real solutions. When the root problem is economic war of oppression, profit over lives, war over education. Fist up, we must be together against oppression. Fist up, we must be together against oppression. Fist up, we must be together against oppression. I vow to end violence against women. So you and me, we will take back the streets, join forces. You and me, we will become we. Trans women, GNC, non-binary, we uplift with us in the struggle to be free. I am me because of you. If one of us falls, we all lose. I vow to end violence against women.
I'd like to show you a quick video, and then we're just going to dive into dancing in solidarity. How about that? Yeah, let's see.
Exploitation is the dehumanization and the commodification of women for profit. Suppression and oppression that is perpetrated towards women, whether it's economic, sexual, social, or cultural. Exploitation is the abuse of power over other people, over land, over the resources. Es el uso y abuso de los recursos laban sa kalooban ng mga mamamayan. Explotación es la utilización de una persona en beneficio propio. Exploitation to me is the commodification of culture, gender, sexuality, and race. Exploitation is love of power. This must go, and it must be replaced by the power of love, which is what solidarity is for me. To be in solidarity is to rise against discrimination and to support those who need you. সাথে পিতৃতন্ত্র শোষণের পূর্ণ প্রক্রিয়া বিরুদ্ধে লড়া এবং পাশে দাঁড়ানো আছে ইতিমধ্যে কাজায় Solidarity is the community who come together and help each other, understanding the joys, struggles, and griefs. Solidarity is really when you truly are in a position of the deepest understanding you can give to a certain issue or a certain situation that people are facing. La solidarité, pour moi, c'est lorsque des femmes ou des monde se joignent à elles pour défendre une cause sans frontières et sans religion. When each person is free from their own oppression and their own exploitation, everybody gets free in the process.
So yeah, everyone feels that. This is the one that we're gonna do is the Philippines version, and I would like Florine to give, I guess, a little translation of like what some of the lyrics are like, since not everyone will know what the song means. So maybe just like a brief.
Yeah, so essentially the song is called Bagong Revolucion, which essentially means a new revolution. And the gist of the dance that we're gonna do, there's this part that goes sama-sama kayo, or tayo, sama-sama kayo, and that means together, everybody together, come with. And then tayo means stand up, and that's the movement. And essentially we're coming together to stand up to build a revolution together, a new revolution together. So that's essentially the gist of the chorus.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's in a really, really upbeat tempo.
Yeah.
So it makes you just feel good about coming together.
These
in
are really
solidarity.
tough issues that we're talking about,
Yeah.
we're raising, we're like coming to an understanding, but I mean, this is a really powerful way to like, embrace and really talk about these things. So I can get everyone to rise in solidarity.
Alright, and I think we're ready.
We make it really louder, okay? Yeah, so this is freestyle, obviously. Alright, I'll
Torres. Lucy Torres is a writer, poet, artist, and activist based in New York City. She is a 2013 LaGuardia Performing Arts Central Lab grantee and has showcased her mixed media artwork at the local project. Lucy has featured at the Inspired Work Series, Queens Literary Festival, and Celebrating Queens Women Artist Performance. Lucy is currently working on an experimental art piece due to debut in the spring of 2017. Her website is lucytorres.com. We bring up Lucy Torres.
Yeah, Lucy!
Yay.
I want to thank everybody for being here. I want to thank Joan for this opportunity. And it gives me the opportunity to speak about things that affect us women. We've talked about them, but I think a lot of times we have all these events in our lives that have these actions and reactions that we don't know yet in our bodies, in our minds, in our hearts, and they take years sometimes to process. So I have one poem in many different pieces. And I'll start with Fracture. The heart can withstand a crease, a wrinkle, a quickening or slowing of pace. But a fracture delineates a certain kind of ache that cannot be voided. There are no casts for heartbreak. The only prescription for a broken heart is time. Time can never heal the fracture completely, and it can never erase the scar. Part 2. Shattered. The deadly weight of disillusion, the sickening crunch, torturously repeating as the heart breaks in a sick cycle of torment. Words cannot capture the very moment of agony experienced as the spirit is crushed. The loss of breath, as the lungs collapse in despair, and the realization of a million truths revealed. The blindfold has been torn off. It's a universe of pain and nowhere to hide. Part 3. Sandstorm. Broken is not the word. Shards of me. The pieces are so finely cut that it's a fine porcelain dust, emotional sand coating my irreparable spirit. Biotoxin. Tar shutting my eyes to the world. My mouth glued together by the weight of agony, and this years-long scream that's been hidden within the stifling walls of my mind. Toxic to the brain. 5th piece and last. Thirst. Once there was a well of poetry within you. Words overflowed, splashing around carelessly from your thirsty bucket. And now you are parched, realizing all you have are broken similes and mismatched metaphors. Thank you.
It's an honor to stand here and introduce Joan Beck Willett, AKA the Enchanted Goddess. She's a Queens writer, educator, curator, host, and creator of the Enchanted Goddess Literary Creative Arts Series, which hosts monthly writing and reading discussion groups and the Enchanted Goddess Review Performance Series. Joan debuted her Enchanted Goddess Creative Arts Collective, which is a small group creative incubator for women artists. Some of her work has been published by the Newtown Literary Journal, 2014, Siren Magazine, 2015, Silver Birch Press, 2015, and in these winter months, Backpack Press, 2016. Joan has featured performances of her work at the International Women Artists Salon, the New York City Poetry Festival, Canvas of Words, Boundless Tales, Inspired Word NYC, and in the Queens Lit Fest. Joan has been featured on New York One and QPTV's telecast of the World of Arts, Artist Space, celebrating Queens Women Artists 2016, filmed by Empire Productions. She She has also been featured in the Queen's Chronicle, the Queen's Tribune, LIC Journal, and most recently in the Huffington Post. Like literally whatever you can imagine. You are the embodiment of that phrase that I say, create what you wish to experience. You are it, living and breathing. Joan's mission is to inspire women to transform their lives through creativity in every decade of their lives. As she always says to me, don't quit before the miracle. Here's the miracle.
Yeah, this wasn't the life that I expected. Coming out of a Board of Ed classroom for almost 35 years, so you kind of do the math. I mean, usually people are going maybe to Boca, maybe doing some crochet. I'm just not that kind of girl, but I go gently into the quiet night, the good night. So, and you guys have really planted the seeds and just helped me rise. Thank you. The story I'm going to read is called The Pantone of Love. Planets colliding, circa 1977, before most of you were born. When the seamy streets of New York City were teeming with all the colors and flavors of the rainbow, but dared to color outside the lines. Barely a decade after the Civil Rights Act stamped into law to set state sanctions of the world on a tilt? Oh no, you didn't. Oh yes, we did. To dare to blend the Pantone colors of skin into the walking garment of love and light, to shine brightly and bravely in the light of day, we did. Traversing the seedy, graffiti-ridden number 7 line together, the guardian angels stood sentinel, the guys with their hats, while we bore the hostile stares and unspoken jeers that brought tears and hidden strength to their fiery walk of joined hearts and souls, needed to withstand the vitriol and recriminations of public faces or private thoughts and gestures, as well as family dire warnings of the hidden perils of miscegenation and doom to all future generations. We stood bravely together amidst the battleground of insults spoken and unspoken, and the crackling hidden violence awaiting to erupt beneath the genteel surfaces of faces that espoused equality for others, but not us, not in our lifetime. Deep espresso and cream Pantones, never meant to mingle, never meant to join hearts, souls, and voices, to propel progeny into this universe during our lifetime and those around us. Walking on eggshells, shocked covert glances indicted us to the basest of sexual terrains, never to see the complexities of destinies of conjoined lifetimes, meant to be braved to bring forth into this world an extraordinary gift of their daughter of Cafe Au Lait Pantone. The healing of centuries and lifetimes set into motion, presuppositions detonated as they gazed into the exquisite face of her being. With one fell swoop, her birth heralded a new age, a time where African and Irish descent sit at the familial table as one family, one heart, where the universe's eye is expanded by the exquisite love light of her eyes and the promise of a new earth. She is loved and cherished. No sins of the father visited 7 generations times 7 of miscegenation. She is the bridge between the worlds and beyond. And for a season, she brings great joy and fruit to their union. Invisible are the hidden glances and grumblings at the sight of this Pantone story of love. They have united forces in love and created a miracle that goes beyond Pantone expectations and have become the true tone of love. And for those who don't know the word Pantone is usually like in fashion and home decor, the Pantone color of the year. And it's a tone that I think this year is kind of a light, it's a smoky gray blue. I mean, some years it's yellow, it's green. So I just thought it'd be interesting to describe race in those terms. Thank you. Oh, we are in for a treat. This is the other half of Empire Media Productions. Tanya Judy Doykin is a filmmaker, producer, the founder of Gen X Productions. She is a producer for the Filipino-American news magazine, I Am Pinoy, Proud of Koy. She has also worked in conjunction with Empire Productions on the docuseries Artist Space. Recently, Tanya served as a judge for Movies for Movies Film Festival in Dobbs Ferry. Tanya is also an amazing, beautiful photographer and human being. She's part of the Enchanted Goddess Creative Arts Collective, where we share and collaborate on our projects. I saw her film, you were just going to be really loud. So I'd like to bring up Tanya to you.
I need you to give it up for the dress.
Yeah.
And I arrived 6 weeks later. So, yeah, but I guess it was meant to be because I get to work tonight.
Yeah. Wow. Gorgeous. Just hold that pose, girl. I'm loving it, Tanya. Beautiful. See, there's fashion also in
Standing over there, I got to play voyeur. I got to listen to all these beautiful women. And Joan had asked me to say something. And I was just like, what am I going to say? I'm not a poet, you know? I wouldn't know what to say. This is nerve-wracking. But as I stood there and I listened to all of you get up, I heard a little piece of me and why I do what I do, what I create. I create. I'm a filmmaker. I create images. I bring people to life. I show the world in all its colors. I am a photographer. I see movement and stillness, and that inspires me, and I love it, and that's why I do it. But one day, I came home and I looked in the mirror and I saw no color. I saw no inspiration and I saw no life. And above all, I felt empty. This person that creates people, that creates images for you to look at, couldn't do the one thing that we're taught as women is the most important thing in the world you can create. And I couldn't do it. For the past 4 years, I've been trying and I couldn't do it. My womb was empty. And as far as I can remember, I always had art. I always had the movies. I always had pictures to look at to inspire me, to remind me, it's okay, it's gonna get better. And I couldn't find it. Desperate for answers, I turned to those that mean the most to me, family, friends, and nothing. I couldn't find any help. So I was stuck and I didn't know where to go, I didn't know what to do. And then something told me, well, here's what you do. You go to the School of Visual Arts on East 23rd, between 3rd Avenue and 2nd Avenue, and you walk into this classroom, you're gonna find a short, bald man named Sal. And he's gonna show you how to make films. So I go in there and I'm like, Sal, I don't know what to do. He was just like, what do you mean you don't know what to do? There's always something to write about, there's always something to do, right? No, you're a filmmaker. You do stuff and create things. You never know. Someone could be watching your stuff and be inspired. And I'm like, but I'm not inspired. He's like, I don't believe that. I said, all right. He says, you know why? Because everyone has a story. And I know you have one. And what's yours? And I told him. And he says, Tanya, that's the greatest story I've ever, that's just as good a story as any other story ever told. So at the end of fall 2015, I gave birth to Annie. And Annie will tell you my story and how I feel about the importance of art, the importance of having support and love to do it, but most of all, being your own muse. This is a portrait of me.
What is it?
A woman.
Okay.
She's not done yet.
Kind of figured that.
She's not talking to me.
Maybe if you gave it some lips or a face even.
It's not that kind of picture, Adam.
Talk to me.
I'm fine. I just need to finish this.
No. No, you don't.
Please, don't make this about...
You spend more time in this damn studio than you do with me.
No, I don't.
What can a room full of paints and brushes tell you that I can't?
They help me.
You'd rather give all your thoughts and emotions over to a blank canvas than to me?
Yes. Yes, Adam, you know why? Because they don't give me shit about expressing myself.
You get to call it art.
It's my art.
It's desperate.
Get out.
I will leave when I'm...
No. You will leave now. Please. Where art thou, Muse, that thou forgett'st so long to speak of that which gives thee all thy might, darkening thy power to lend base subjects light? Return forgetful muse, and straight redeem in gentle numbers time so idly spent. Sing to the ears that doth thy lays esteem, giving thy pen both skill and compliment. Rise, resty muse, my love's sweet face survey, if time have any wrinkle graven there, if any be a satire to decay, and make time's spoils despise it everywhere. Give my love fame faster than time wastes life, so thou preventst his scythe and crooked knife.
Annie, I think what I realized tonight was that Annie is everyone. She's every woman, she's every man, she's anyone who feels like they've lost that inspiration or that thing that makes them them. And only to find it in herself, which is why she's able to go back and paint her picture and bring it to life. There's a very personal meaning behind this. It came from my experience, me questioning, whether, how valid am I as an artist if I can't do the one thing that all women are meant to do? Does that make me less of a woman? And the answer is no, it doesn't. Because I was still able to get up the next day, pick up a camera, get my crew together, and put together this short little 4-minute film. And I'm still creating, and I'm still doing it. And I'm surrounded by amazing people. This has been wonderful, and I'm so thankful to Joan for allowing me to come into this little group, this circle of beautiful women, and continue to create and continue to grow. And yeah, this kicks ass, man. So, I'll do this real quick because I really want to do dark dispose. So next up, Lucy.
Ode to Endometriosis, Part 2, 2017. You've stripped me of many things I never imagined could be stolen. Ever humbling and enlightening, you, endometriosis, are the teacher of all things unimaginable. I am different because of you. And sometimes, admittedly, I feel shame in not being who I was, or what I should have been. But what I am now, who I am what I was always supposed to be, even if I have yet to discover who that is. All has been redefined, rearranged, definitions of normalcy reconsidered and replaced. Herein lies the essence of me, what I was to know through the harshness of cruel reality, that I'm strong enough to endure, unwavering in the face of pain and disillusion, regardless of fear and uncertainty, in the face of heartbreak and hell failures, I'm still here. You didn't strip me so much as you have given me the gift of discovery, the discovery of my resiliency, but could only be revealed through the obstacles that left the taste of broken in my mouth. Despite it all, I dive into myself, into the past of my foremothers. This is where my legacy lies. My features, part of a puzzle from my past, rearranged so that we're all interlinked through a kaleidoscope of history and genes. We're welded together through permutations of noses and lips and hands and hips. Traits I carry with me, a version of my grandmother's, of my aunts, of my mother, in modern form. This is where my strength comes from, in the veins of my genes and my will to continue despite clawing through, at times, darkness and uncertainty. I carry the determination to pick myself up when I fall, despite the climb, because I'm worth fighting for. Broken, tattered perhaps, but somewhere within, I'm whole because of you, endometriosis.
We stand before you and represent the three original muses as we honor our artistic process. Creation takes place not just through our bodies, but it's through our souls. I stand in unity with my fellow women artists. She is rising. Standing at the door after millennia, pass like stars strung through her hair. Gazing upon the destruction of feminine layers, she rises, no longer in abstensia with care. She is rising. To break open the paradigms of misogyny and despair, she enlightens with Athenian strength and care. To deign upon humankind with her illumination. Striding into uncharted territory, she alchemizes nations. She is rising. With her fulcrum of an enlightened, bursting heart, the divine feminine rises and charts the course for impending transformation. Nations join hands in celebration. She is rising. The signs are streaked across the sky, and into the depths of our souls we sigh. We stand together and collectively rise. Working towards world peace and equality, we strive. She is rising. With wide open arms of Gaia, our Earth Mother, we embrace the intuitive soul wisdom with others, that only the divine feminine can bridge the divide. We valiantly stand side by side. She is rising. The age of enlightenment is upon us to blast through all the darkness. Patriarchy and matriarchy will finally unite forces to slay the dragons set before us. She is rising. Have no fear. The face of the goddess is here to shine light and bear witness of the world's travails and alchemy. We step up with our tools of healing, love, and creativity. We rise, she rises. Thank you.